welcome to episode 2 of the Humanization Project interviews.
Humanization Project.
And I'm here with my friend Paul Taylor.
Peace.
To chat with him today. I'm really excited because he's an amazing human being. So,
Nice.
Paul, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, Paul Taylor, from down the highway of Newport News, Virginia. Grew up with my mother and my father, which is her husband. Have a biological father, came into my life a little later, but mommy's husband is not a stepfather to me, he's a father that stepped up. You know? So yeah, Newport News, 757 up here in the 804 with Jen.
Right on. Anything else you want to tell us about yourself?
Whatever you want to know.
Now I'm going to start asking
That's
questions.
fire away.
All right.
Fire away. Usually go better. Just fire away.
Yeah. So, I know you've been doing a lot of stuff since you get out. Tell me, what are you most passionate about right now in your life?
I think I'm most passionate about, well, it's a couple things, you know. Of course, you know, my dad, you know, father was locked up. My dad was in prison. His brothers, my son, myself. So I got a grandson, you know, and I'm putting a lot of effort in making sure he understands that he's not going to prison. So I'm considering myself like the roundup of the family, you know, and I'm trying to kill that root, man, and change the direction of our family history, you know, as far as the males. The girls seem to do all right, man, but, you know, I want to change the direction of the males.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's one of the things.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, you know, how ironic the name of your show is what it is, because I'm firmly trying my best to restore some type of humanity inside of people, you know, and I don't want them to have to, you know, go to the extreme to find it. You know, I want them to realize they can tap into it because it's there. I firmly believe that there's a natural inclination for every man and woman. You know, it's just a natural thing, you know, to want to care about someone or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. So tell me about your life right now. What does your life look like? What do you do on a daily basis?
Well, don't get sleep. You know, so I guess I'm down with the vampire life. You know, so I guess my life consists of serving, man. You know, when I was on the other side, I tried to make a pact. You know, I tried everything I could to get out of prison, and I think that when I finally said to God, I want to try it your way, and if you let me out, you know, I'll do the work. So I like to tell people that my arm's too short to box with God. He got the reach on me. So I'm trying to uphold that pact and that promise by getting out here and serving humanity and trying to change the culture, you know, of what some of our young people, and I have to say not just our young people, but some of our older stubborn people, you know, that, you know, don't want to see things, you know, in a different scope. Right. You know, so I try to change the narrative. It's a lot of people that talk, but, you know, we're really about the work, man. So we try to get to it between here, the 757, and wherever else we need it. Yeah. You know?
So tell me a little bit of specifics about the work that you're doing, because I know you're doing a lot of stuff.
We have, well, the first thing is that, you know, when I was on the inside, I started a movement there called the Sanity Project. And SANITY stands for an acronym for Standing Against Negative Influence Towards You. Don't ask me how we come up with it or how I come up with it, but I remember I was asked to come up with a offender-led seminar on the inside, a program, and I said, well, what I want to do? And then I started thinking about some of my own circumstances. As you know, I have a son I have 3 sons that's actually in prison, but 2 of them are for homicide. One of them committed it when he was 16. So I wanted to do something to make the men on the inside realize that we left our children unstuck. So that's where Sanity comes about. And that has been my movement inside and now outside, which is a part of what the luncheon is about on the 13th. We also have RVA League for Safer Streets, another program that was developed behind the gate by me and a man by the name of Jawad Abdul. And we have the Robert M., the commissioner, and Prince, and whom you know very well. That, you know, we try to tackle all the high crime areas in the city of Richmond and get these guys to come in and play ball together. But bear in mind, the basketball was just debate. That was just bait to get them in the gym. Yeah. So once they get in the gym, you know, they soon find out that, you know, if there's no workshop, there's no jump shot. Right. So now they got to go through a workshop, which consists of problem solving, conflict resolution, and critical thinking. We're real proud of that because we've seen some of the paradigm shifts in these men. You know, and these were people that some might think that are that can't change or unredeemable and just hoodlums, if you will. But we've come across some very intelligent people, man, and we have some service providers that we are very keen on who we let in the gym. Because we come to understand that a lot of people want your data. You know, act like they're doing the work, but they just want your data. And we really want to protect these men and their women, you know, and their children. So we make sure we get the right type of service providers that can provide resources that we know that they're not going to send them away. So those are a couple things, man, that, you know, we got some other things in the works that, you know, we'll talk about soon.
I can't tell you how amazing I think the League for Safer Streets work is. It's so beautiful, and I'm excited to come by sometime soon and check it out once you guys get going again. Maybe we'll make another little video and
that's cool.
Just show that off a little bit.
Yeah, that'd be dope. We'll love it. Love to have you, man. Come on in.
Yeah.
You know, might interview you.
That'd be fun. Some fun things. Let's see. If you could imagine and describe the most perfect day, what would it be?
A day without violence. A day without violence. A day when the word thank you doesn't even exist anymore. Because everyone is doing right by each other. You know, where, you know, a person knocks on your door and wants a cup of sugar and then the whole neighborhood don't know about it. You know, because it's just a day that, you know, people understand that we're here for a reason, you know, and we should treat each other in the best way possible, you know. So a day without violence and a day when people actually just care about each other, you know, all the way down to the minor thing. You know, you can seem like they're overdoing it, but it's just people just caring. You know, they're not trying to be nosy, not trying to be in your business. They just want to help, you know. I picture that being the perfect day.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
So I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit because I think I warned you about this. Can you tell the story of your mom and the light bulb?
Light bulb story. Light bulb story.
So I heard you tell this story at one of the first community parole meetings that I went to, and I was incredibly moved, and it's a beautiful, beautiful story. So that's something you could share.
Mommy. Okay, so you know, I did 23 years of incarceration. Like I said, I'm the only child from my mother. I have siblings on my dad's side, but I didn't meet them till I was like 20. So it always been me and mommy, you know, and my father that stepped up, which is her husband. And, you know, it was hard on her for me to be locked up 20 something years. And I only seen mommy in 23 years about 5 times. Oh my goodness. Because it would hurt her so bad when she left. And I didn't want to keep putting mommy through this. So when she was like, I'm coming up, I was like, well, mom, you know, we on lock or something, because I knew how much it hurt her. And she eventually, mommy's so smart, she caught on to it, you know. And so the day that I made parole, you know, the first stop was, you know, to get outside of that, get on the side of the road and just breathe, and then straight to mommy's. So when I go in, you know, mommy, she's crying, and she, you know, she hugged me. And at mommy's house, you know, when I was locked up, everybody that goes there, mommy cooks on Sundays, she cook food, and every time somebody comes up, she'll say, well, baby, look, go to the pantry and, you know, get some sugar, or go to the pantry and get this can or get that or whatever. And, you know, they'll come back and everybody would say, Miss Taylor, you know, the light don't work in that pantry. She said, don't worry about it. My baby get home, he gonna change that light bulb for me, you know. And that just says how much my mother believed that her son, who had a life plus 20-something year sentence, wasn't going to get out again. And I tell the story all the time. I don't think no one ever believed but me and mommy, because when they told me life in my town, they really meant it. So no one really believed that I would ever get back except for me and mommy. And of course God knew. So after you go in and I you know, hug mommy, and we crying and we shedding the tears, I pull off mommy. She said, where you going? I said, just let me go, mom, I'm crazy. And I go in there and I grab this little chair and I pull up in that closet and I look, and I you know, out of curiosity, I pull the string and it don't come on. So I put that chair and I climb up and I unscrewed and I came back out. And my mama see me, she just bawled, man. She just cried. And then I hugged her again and we cried some more, you know. And then all of a sudden, pop, beside my head, Mom, what? Didn't I tell you don't stop? And mommy was still mommy. you know, still chastising me for the mistake that I made 20-something years ago. You know, popped me in my head, man. But I still have that light bulb today, and I may bring it with me on the 13th.
Yeah, I think that would be good. That'd be cool. Yeah.
That's mommy. So she's so happy that I'm home right now, and I think when she said, you know, sat me down and she said, you know, me and your dad are really proud of you, Paul. You know, and when mommy, they got a nickname for me at our house, and I'm not gonna tell you guys, because I'm having none of you in the street saying you calling me that name, right? That's for mommy, right? But she has a nickname that she called me. But when she say Paul, you know, that's like listen up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's like, you know, the name that she gave me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and God, man, you know, love that lady, man. You know, I just love that lady, man. You know, she won't stop being mom. I go around there right today. I'm gonna leave out there with all types of toiletries, paper towels, toilet paper, napkins, deodorant, cough syrup, and everything that I gotta take back with me to the car, man. That's just mom, man. So I'm just so happy to be able to get back, and you know, my parents were still here to welcome me. Mm-hmm. A lot of men during that type of time, I've seen them lose their parents, and they had so much time that, you know, the Department of Corrections wouldn't let them go. Yeah. You know, so sometimes that's in the back of your mind, and you worry. And then when you do get back and you see mommy over the years, you know, it's not the same vibrant woman that you left, you know, 20-something years ago. So I'm just happy that, you know, mommy is, mommy, because she sure popped me in my head. Mommy is still mommy.
That's good.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to share?
No, I just want to thank, I love this, man. You know, I love what you're doing. You know, I love your support, and I love your understanding of, even though not being there on that side of the fence or that side of the world, you understand the concepts and definitions of it. You know, and we need more people to understand it, you know, because everybody makes a mistake. You know, and they say that everybody deserves a second chance. Well, you know, we're up for the fight for the second chance. I refuse to get out here and refuse and think about or not think about the guys, because I still go back in there to talk to them. Yeah. I go to the women's facilities and the juvenile facilities, you know, so for you to understand, you know, us and fight for Alex and the likes of that, you know, even coming to be a part. We were just working on, y'all don't even know, we were just working on a PowerPoint with this wonderful lady helping us out, you know, to make sure this event goes without a hitch. Yeah. You know, it's people like you that I believe that the soul recognizes liking. I'm not a man that's big on understanding the concept of friendship because it's been watered. That's my friend. It's been watered. Right. But the soul recognizes liking in people, meaning that it gravitates automatically to what it's recognizing in someone else. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's a union that's so much bigger than the concept of friend. Mm-hmm. So trust your soul, people. It's never going to tell you, man. It's never going to tell you wrong. Yeah. But also realize this too. Ask yourself sometimes, why does the negative thought in your head is so much louder than the whisper that says don't do it? So you have to change the narrative in your own soul. Find your it, and then you'll become it. You know, as simple as that. So I love what you're doing, man, and anything we can do to help further you, further your movement, you know, anything. Yeah, do not hesitate to ask.
Awesome. All right. On YouTube. Tell us a little bit more about the event. Okay, so July the 13th is what people are calling and we use this word in humor, returning citizen luncheon. That's why on my flyer, the returning part is X'd out because we here, you know, but we understand their concept. So we play with it and we laugh with it. But this event, many are calling our Super Bowl. People are coming from, that was locked up in Virginia system and other places, but mostly Virginia, are coming from all across this Commonwealth, from all four corners. Also from New York, Ohio, Atlanta. People are coming back for this event, you know, because they understand the meaning of it. When I say that we are a very resilient people,
You can categorize us how you want to. Returning citizens, convict, you gave us all types of labels. But we are only the one of resilience. Resilience, because it takes a resilient group of individuals to go through what we went through, get out here, and then have to face all of the challenges that's in front of us. The felon, people don't want to give you good housing, people don't want to give you good jobs, and we are still making it, even compared to some people that never even went to jail. Yeah. There are people that have come back from prison that are doing really well out here, and they're going to be highlighted. We're going to show you how much or how relevant that we are. We're going to show you just how relevant that we are, and that there has never been a group of individuals to ever get out of prison in Virginia like we are today. So we're going to describe that. We're going to talk about some things. And we're also going to let them know that we have not forgot about our men and women and children that were left behind. They're just looking for one opportunity. And some of these laws on the books, we're not just appealing to Democrats. We also the Republicans too. You know, we are not based on a party. We are just individuals, man, that I constantly say that I'm neither pro-Democratic or pro-Republican, I'm pro-right. Which one of you guys are going to address our issues? Yeah. Eventually, we're going to be able to vote. We're going to be able to register. And we will either vote for you or against you. And there's a whole lot of us that's out now, man, that's starting to understand the political prowess or the bureaucracy of the politics. So we're just going to show our relevance, man, and support each other. We're going to laugh together. We're going to cry together because some funny stories in that prison. We're going to laugh together, cry together. You know, we're going to eat, you know, and, you know, we're going to have a discussion, man, and let people understand that today is the time of the returning citizen.
Yeah. So I feel like this luncheon is an in-person version of exactly what we're trying to do here at the Humanization Project. Get people to see you guys as just citizens, as just other people that are doing really, truly amazing things. And like you said, some of you guys are doing way more amazing things than people who have never even been in there. Yeah. So I think it's going to be a really beautiful day.
I think that humanization part, when you say, and I think that the parole board chair, Ms. Adrienne Bennett, understands this. Mm-hmm. Because one thing she said, and I've heard her echo it to any other individuals, that when she makes a decision, she makes a decision based upon that person getting out of prison and being her neighbor. Uh-huh. If that's not humanization, you know, that's somebody that's like, okay, well, I'm comfortable enough that you can live beside me, Paul, Taylor, you know? So, you know, we're really fond of her. And we're learning that, you know, there is a difference. There are some people in corrections, there are some people in parole and probation and parole that are truly invested in understanding who we are and giving us an opportunity to be successful in this world, you know, outside of incarceration. Yeah. So we hold on to those type of people with our motor teeth, like I always say, and we just firm believers that, you know, it's our time. And we're going to make sure the world understand that ain't nobody in this whole United States messing with the returning citizens of Virginia. Yes.
Anything else?
Another thank you, and you know, that's it.
Last thing.
Yes.